Right now, yeah. It's clobbering time.
Welcome to the Hardly Heroes Podcast.
Hey yo, from the halls of justice to the temple of doom, the space wizards return and earn a sonic the boom, pulling swords from stones, throwing rings into volcanoes, water full of witches, I'm inevitably Thanos. Voltron made a lions, Wakanda with a panther, Walker Mars, Darker Manhattan, Spocket for an answer. Live long and prosper, the force will be with you always. No work in all plays, shining like blood-filled hallways. Come and play with us, we all float down here. Say our name 3 times and we hopefully appear. Team full of psychics, super soldiers and weirdos. Some people call us sidekicks because we hardly heroes.
Welcome to Hardly Heroes, a podcast dedicated to movies, TV, and everything geek-related. I'm your host, Buddy.
I'm Dillard Skillard.
And I'm Cheese Whiz.
Welcome to episode 239. It is December 3rd, 2020. I'm your first Mike, the one, the only, the Mad King, the best podcaster alive, the coolest person you've ever met.
Second Mike checking in. It's your boy Dillard Skillard, a.k.a. LaDonathan Jenkins, a.k.a. Little Half Dill, a.k.a. Eldon Hubbard, and yeah.
And this is your 5th Mike checking in. Cheese Whiz, a.k.a. Schmeez, a.k.a. TT, a.k.a. Tater Tot.
No.
A.k.a. Tebe.
A.k.a.
We gave her
Tay-Bay,
that.
a.k.a. Cheesy Whiz, Tater Tot, Buttface.
Buttface? I like Buttface. If you are new to the show, go to hardlyheroes.com. You can find all our bios, find all our sayings we say, all the people we talk about, all that good stuff.
All that new.
You know.
Nailed it.
And you can find all our social medias on there too.
At Hardly Heroes.
.com.
So let's see what's on the docket today, you guys.
Let's talk about it.
We got our
do we
favorite
got?
segment all streamed up. We're talking Mando all day. Let's do it.
All dizzy.
Surprise, surprise, Mando talk.
I know, because it's just so good.
It is good.
We got segment 2. We got Sprinkle Me Some Conspiracy. I've got a good one on the docket for you guys today.
Yes, please.
Music related.
I like it.
And while we're on the topic of sprinkle, I actually forgot the Dilly sprinkled tonight, but I do have some for Mammy, so I'm going to give to the Nickersons, and you are to give
Oh,
Two
the
mams.
Yes.
the Dilly sprinkles.
the Dilly seasonings.
Salt mix.
Mm-hmm.
Is that correct? Salt mix?
Yes, it is a salt blend.
He told me it's delicious.
It's more of a blend opposed
Oh.
to a mix, but
Oh, I'm sorry.
He told me it's delicious on avocado toast.
Yes.
Avi toast.
it's delicious on everything. Pork chops.
Does
steak,
it have any kind of
chicken.
spice in it?
No spice.
I wish we'd get a Dilly's like spice mix.
Do you make
know.
a spicy version?
I could probably work something up for you guys.
I mean,
like
I
a
don't.
spicy
I want
dill
to test
pickle?
this out. I want to see what Mammy thinks first. I'll
Okay.
take that feedback
Yeah,
back
that's
to the
good.
drawing board. We'll go from there.
I think that's best. We got some current events. We got Dilly's Gaming Corner, and then some kind of a sidekick mayo.
Kinda.
It's like a tease into our next After Dark show. So just a word from our sponsors, Sector 7 Salon. We are open for the time being until
A few more hours.
until we probably get shut down again.
Yeah.
But we are still looking for stylists. So, I think this is actually a great time. If you guys know any stylists that are looking for a place, because even though it looks like we're going to be shut down again, when we open, we are like COVID ready. We've got the UV lights that sanitize the air. We've got a big, huge open space. We got 20-foot ceilings out there. Super open space, super great ventilation. So if you guys are looking for a place, this is it.
This is probably the most COVID safe place I have seen in Sacramento.
Dude, any
and that's
place.
no joke.
Right?
It's legit.
It's legit.
I actually have a line on a stylist, but they have some terms.
Okay, what are they?
So first terms is they only do one style of hair,
Okay.
and that's a bowl cut.
Okay.
They want a moving fee. They want you to pay for them to
Okay,
move
moving
here.
expenses. Okay.
And they want to be Dilly's best friend,
Okay. Who is it?
Sonny. I'm trying to work him to moving here. Only does bowl cuts. Only does. That's
So is
it.
he licensed? Is he a licensed professional?
Yeah, in Norway.
Right.
Oh, right.
I think that his Norway license it's transferable. I think
I think so too.
it's
But
transferable.
It's definitely transferable.
the biggest part is being Dilly's best friend. Like,
well, I mean, I already have a best friend.
no, that's
but-
no. He has to take his place. That's the big thing.
That's I don't know.
So Sonny is our resident Norwegian
Titan. No,
no.
that's Johnny.
Indian Viking.
Yes.
And he's our P1 listener over in Norway.
Yes.
Right.
And he actually wrote in today, so we'll be hearing from him later.
I hope he has more facts about Norway because his last couple emails had me ready to pack up.
I'm not going to lie. I'm getting ready to pack up.
Seriously, man. It's the goods over there.
So if you guys, anyway, so Sector 7, you can find us on all of our social medias at Sector 7 Salon. Or go to our website, www.sector7salon.com.
Flyer style.
And you can also get a hold of us through any of the Hardly Heroes socials.
Yeah.
All right, you guys, so let's get into it. All streamed up this week. We are talking Mando, of course.
Mando!
Of course we are.
So we didn't talk Mando last week, which I think was good because this last episode was called The Jedi.
They call me Willie Beamin', cause I'm so steaming for that Mando meaning.
Did you just make that up?
Yeah.
That was good.
That
Thank
was
you.
pretty good. He was flowing.
Dude, I am steamy, beamy.
This is a really good episode.
Dude,
It was
phenomenal.
A very good episode.
I know you've been waiting for...
It might have been my favorite of all of it. The whole series.
Mm-hmm.
It was money.
Yeah. She looked great. Can we talk about that?
All right, let's just get into it. What I was super excited about this week, and obviously last week we can talk a little bit about, but they're pretty much leading up to seeing Bo-Katan, or Bo-Katan tells them, to go see Ahsoka Tano on this planet. So you're like, all right, they're probably going to drag it out. We're not going to see her till like close to the end of the episode,
Right.
and they're going to tease it, so you got to watch it next week.
No.
Right
off the get.
Right out the gate,
Yeah.
baby.
Right out the gates.
You're like, it's all misty, and you're like, what's
Yeah.
going on? And just,
Yeah.
you're like, oh, yes!
Yep.
I was screaming, and I laughed. I got home kind of late that night, and I was like, it's like 12:30. I was like,
Right. I'm going to do it.
I think I'm going to go for it. And not one thing. I was up the entire time.
Yeah.
Not one dull moment. Not even a little half dill of a scare of a slowdown. It was yummy.
So can we go over the episode before? Because I watched like quite a few episodes like in a row.
Okay.
So the Carl Weathers one, that wasn't the one right before the Jedi, right? What was the one right before the Jedi?
Yeah, that was the Carl Weathers, Gina Carano episode.
Yeah.
Oh, that was.
Yeah.
Okay.
Carl Wez.
No, but that's right. That was the one because we talked about the
talked a little bit
jeans
about
guy.
it.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is my problem. Okay, I love the show, and
I don't feel like you love the show.
I
when
feel
you
like
say
that episode
but.
was like a filler episode.
right, I
Carl
love,
Weathers episode?
Yeah.
I
hate
love-
to
It was
say that.
action packed.
it was, but like I love Carl Weathers. Okay,
I don't feel like you do.
But you know what it is? I don't think I like her very much, and I felt like that episode. Okay, this is my problem. I want to start with what my problem is with the show in general. Is that every single episode is the exact same storyline. Okay, goes somewhere.
Yeah, it's
Try to
very
help the child
episodic.
and then go somewhere
He
else.
finds somebody. He's like, "Hey, I need some information." They're like, "Cool, I'll give you that information, but you need to help me defeat this thing over here. And when you help me defeat this thing, then I'll give you what you wanted." And then he helps him defeat, and there's happy people in the background of the episode while he flies away in his ship. It is like, can you guys come up with anything different?
That has been 2 out of the 6
Yeah,
episodes.
but what you gotta think about is the Mandalorians. First of all, nobody's ever seen them. Everybody knows they're great warriors. And they got sweet armor. So if you need anybody killed or anything, you're going to ask Mando. So why not take
But
your
she
shot
does have
while
a
he's
point.
there?
I mean, that has happened quite a few times. At least
yeah.
twice in season 2, right?
Okay, so you're
Well, I
going to...
feel like it's
what about
more-
Star Trek? It's the same thing, and those are 26 episodes a season long, and it's the same thing.
No, that's not true.
Yeah, it is.
No.
Oh, it is. Hey, we got a problem on this planet. Let's go.
No.
Captain's log.
Oh my God, that is
Stardate.
so inaccurate. I can't. Have you even watched Star
Hey,
Trek before?
we got
Beam me over to this planet.
we got more Klingons. Got to
Right.
take care of them.
We got some tribbles over here.
Yeah,
Oh, you guys have seen it.
Yeah.
I love the tribbles.
tribbles.
The tribsies.
Anyway, look, it just sometimes feels like, okay, I already know what's going to happen. He's going to come across somebody that needs his help defeating this monster or this it's not totally been more than 2 episodes because he did it with the guy with the armor,
Right, to kill this dragon,
Right.
sand dragon thing.
the sand dragon. He did it with this last one with a Tokatana.
A what?
A Tokatana.
No.
A toke.
A Tokatana. A Sokatana.
A Sokatana. Jeez. He did it with
My Star Wars fans, I'm really sorry about this.
anyway, I can't think of the other one, but he did it a few times in the first one too.
What about when he helps the Jawas?
Right.
It must be tough to just always be taken advantage of, like the Mandalorian is.
Wait, do you guys always
He's just used.
No, but you guys think that too? Is he like when he was on the ship, right? And they were going to try to kill him? He's always trusting people and they're always trying to kill him. I that makes me sad.
Or they don't fulfill their end of the bargain, and it's all
Right.
good. Like that's what happened in this one. You know, he did all the work. He handled the business for Ahsoka
Right. And then
and
he
then
didn't-
she just
yeah.
I'm not gonna do what I said I'm gonna do. You got to go to a pyramid and put the child on it. Like what is that?
Right. But so look,
That's not the way.
This is the way. All right. When you guys are done bitching and moaning about the show, I will talk about how awesome it is.
Okay,
So
go ahead,
Go ahead
please.
and get it out. No, just get it out.
no, I think I'm gonna.
Get it out.
No, I'm good.
I'm gonna play both sides.
Yeah, Dilly always plays both
Yeah,
sides.
I know. He can never draw a line in the
He's
sand.
like a
It's so tough.
Switzerland.
He is Switz.
He literally can't.
What do you mean?
You're
Besides
neutral.
PlayStation,
Like a Switz?
he hates.
Oh, got you.
He doesn't hate anything.
I don't hate PlayStation. I have roots there.
See?
See?
Yeah, he there's nothing.
Switz.
I don't own it. The last 3
Switz.
gens have been Xbox, but
Yeah, it's like
don't take away my PlayStation love. The Twisted Metal days.
When are you gonna get
come on
a
now.
PlayStation?
Well, it's been pretty hard to find an Xbox, so
So maybe you have to switch over.
not ruling it out.
All right, so let's get back to Mando. So for this, you see Ahsoka Tano. Her makeup looked phenomenal. What's her name that played her?
Rosario Dawson.
Yeah, Rosario Dawson.
Rosario, that was her,
Rosario.
huh?
Yeah, I had
She
to look
did
it up.
really
That's what
good.
I thought.
I had to look it up because I'm like, that face is super familiar.
Yep.
And but I couldn't place her. But she was great. Her makeup looked amazing.
Now she looked phenomenal. She did great. I was super excited. Loved all of that. Her interaction with Mando was great. Her interaction, like when she first sees Mando and they get into the scuffle,
Right.
all into that.
Yeah.
And how he wrapped her up and he thought, oh, I got her. And then she was like,
Over the tree. Yeah.
Don't think so.
Yeah,
Real quick.
Oh, that was dope. Yeah.
And then she immediately sees the child, which you were like, okay, this is what you've been waiting for. Now, what I wanted to ask, what do you guys think of the child's name?
Grogu.
Yeah,
Grogu.
Rogu.
Grogu.
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 It's fine.
It's fine. I
He
actually like
responds
it.
to it.
It's very cute when he responds to it. It's like it's gonna take me a second. You know, it takes me a second because it's like we think of him as
He'll always be the child to me.
the child or Baby Yoda.
I actually like that they gave him a name. And I don't know.
I just wish it was a little cuter. You know, Yoda's a cute name. Like you could name a dog Yoda, but like you're not gonna name your dog Grogu.
I like it.
It doesn't really roll off the tongue.
I feel like it rolls off
You
the
think
tongue.
that Grogu?
Grogu.
Groggle.
Grogu. Come here, Grogu.
No,
I like
you're gonna
it.
trip over that every
Would you
time.
have like Groggle better? Groggle?
No.
How about
Boggle?
Grogel.
No, I like Boggle.
Boggle.
This is the thing. You knew that the child was never gonna stay with her. Okay, we always know he's gonna be with Mando.
They have a
bet
strong bond.
I thought that was cool how they showed his strong bond, and you
Yeah.
know, because you got to think of how much danger he's been in, and Mando's always been there to save him. So
Like when they knocked Grogu into the when they were on the ship
yeah,
and he just dove didn't a second. He didn't even think about it. He just dove right in after
Mm-hmm.
him. Like he really loves him. And it is I think their whole relationship and how they show it grow. Because in the beginning, I'm just like, this is kind of so annoying. It's just like, oh, the quiet, strong guy with the cute little thing or whatever. But I feel like I really like the progression of their relationship, you know?
Well, what they are doing, I feel like, is anybody that's watched Rebels, they're pretty much pulling everything from Rebels.
Oh, okay, cool.
Because when they drop, and I don't know if you guys caught on to it, but they talk about Grand Admiral Thrawn.
Uh-huh.
He's a villain in Rebels, and he is a phenomenal villain. He's like this blue guy. Obviously he's an admiral, but he is like super good in Rebels. So seeing that they're pulling him, they're pretty much just pulling everything from Clone Wars that they liked and pretty much putting it in. So I'm putting it out there right now. I believe this to be my theory. And I've been wrong because I don't think the Yoda thing with the eggs is going to come to fruition. I think that's over.
Okay.
He just ate the eggs. But this one, I believe, where he says to have him take Grogu to the Jedi Temple to see if anybody comes, I believe it's going to be Ezra from Rebels, because she's like, there's not many Jedis left.
Right.
And their timeline kind of matches up.
Mm-hmm.
So if he makes an appearance and they pull him into live action, I'm going to be steamy because I love Rebels. I like it way more than Clone Wars, which I know my Clone Wars fans are going to be very upset. But if we get to see Ezra, I'm going to be super pumped. So
I do feel like this season, I'm liking the season a lot better because you are getting a lot more visual things from like all the Star Wars that like the ships and the fighter pilots and
well, and I think because now you know the characters, they don't have to do so much
right
in depth with a lot of stuff. So now they're just really getting to it. So I don't know, man. It's kind of funny. There's a lot of memes of showing like Rey, where it's like the whole universe is ruined, and it's like me and baby Pikachu got this one. Like, don't you worry. It's like,
Pikachu.
man, yeah. But just seeing, I don't know how much fun this really is. It really gives me hope for them wanting to do more stuff in the future.
Right, like what Star Wars is going to become now.
Well, because they're talking about maybe Ahsoka Tano getting her own spin-off show and other stuff like that. So it makes it a lot of fun.
You know what I'm thinking too, with like how much I enjoy the show and like how much people really didn't like the trilogy, the
7, 8, and 9.
Right. Like maybe Star Wars does best in a series setting where you can really, explore it, and it's not just this like, action-packed 2-hour movie that you have to like shove a bunch of stuff into.
Well, I mean, think about with Star Trek is, I mean, everybody holds the shows in much higher regards because there's so much depth, and
right.
With something like that and something like Star Wars, there's so many species that they just kind of graze over.
Yeah.
Where in the show, like in the animated show, like Clone Wars and Rebels, they actually go in depth in a lot of those. So it makes you care more about them. So that's kind of why I like, the shows a little bit more. They just go a little more in depth.
And I think this could totally just be like the future of Star Wars, where it's like, how about we just don't do any more movies?
Right. Just keep doing this.
And just doing these. And also just like, abandoning the whole Skywalker and, Han Solo stuff, where it's just like, leave that.
Yeah,
alone.
There's so much fun in the universe that they could just kind of go and do whatever they want.
Yeah, I mean, just think how much people just now care about the Mandalorian, like this guy,
Well, and it's funny did you guys ever watch Fanboys? You ever heard of that?
Heard of it, but I don't think I ever watched it.
So they made a movie, and it's pretty much about these group of friends that are getting excited that episode 1 is coming out, but their friend's got cancer. He's going to die. So they break into Skywalker Ranch to steal episode 1 so they can watch it.
Oh.
And it's just super funny because they're like, they're all like hanging out, and they're like, what if it sucks? And they're like, no way. And then one of them's like, talking about Boba Fett, and he's like, he was a bounty hunter. All he had was a gun. Nobody cares. And it's, but now, I mean, he's beloved.
Right.
So.
Right. Well, I would really like to see, them kind of just keep going with these series.
Just keep playing in the universe. So I don't know. I'm really excited. I thought it was super great. It does scare me that we don't have very many episodes left. So
And just think of the time between how long you have to wait.
What you got to remember is right after season 1 was done, they already started filming season 2. So that's why we got it so fast.
And now
We're
with
not gonna
COVID,
get
there's,
that.
I mean,
It's gonna slow things down for
God
sure.
knows
Slowing
when we'll
production
get-
down.
because I mean, they haven't started filming,
I think they
And-
started filming a little bit,
but like, and there's no way it's like up to speed
up to snuff.
with COVID.
Nope.
So it might be a minute before we get more Mando, dude. Or any.
Hopefully we
news.
get like some Stranger Things or something in the midst of that, because I know they resumed taping on Stranger Things
Oh,
okay.
4, but who knows if we'll get it or not. But yeah, we got to have something to fill the gap.
Not to pivot, but
Pivot.
HBO Max is going to be releasing all their movies or all Warner Brothers movies on HBO Max now.
So all Warner Brothers 2021 movies.
Yeah, they were supposed to release a lot of them this year, but all their new releases are going to go to HBO Max. So December 25th, we're finally going to get Wonder Woman 1984.
Nice little Christmas present.
We're going to get Suicide Squad August 6th, 2021. We're going to get Matrix 4
Yes,
December 22nd.
that's too long.
What is that? Dune comes
Dune?
out in
I'm
October.
Ooh, that's gonna be good.
Stoked on that. The spice.
Yeah. Godzilla versus King Kong's going to be May 21st.
Space Jam.
Space Jam July 16th. The Devil Made Me
Conjuring.
Do It.
The Conjuring.
I don't know that
I think
one.
it's a scary movie.
That's a scurry.
Yeah.
That's about the origins of Annabelle,
Many Saints of Newark.
sort of.
Don't know
Yeah.
that one.
No. In the Heights. That's good. Judas and the Black Messiah.
The
Okay.
show.
That comes out in January. Oh, Mortal Kombat, January 15th.
Mortal Kombat.
Let's go!
Oh my God, Tom and Jerry. No.
And King Richard comes out in November.
King Dick.
Exactly. Little Things.
Anything. That's about it. on
Yeah,
the-
Those Who Wish Me Dead. Yeah, so
Got some hitters in there.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and the thing is they're all kind of spread out, so we'll have things all year.
Yeah.
Because I think, I mean, it's going to be kind of weird and kind of crazy how COVID affects the pacing of now how movies are going to be, you know?
How movies are going to get made. I really feel it might be like the old times where you got to wait 3 years to
Right.
get a movie.
Right.
God.
Well, and Buddy, your interesting prediction about how you think movie theaters as we know it is just,
So I kind of said this offline. I really think big movie theaters are going to be a thing of the past. I think you'll have small boutique theaters, but if you really think about it, now that they're going to be opening it up to this, I think a lot of people are a lot more willing to watch movies from home, even if you have to pay a little bit more of a premium to watch them than going to big theaters.
well, it is kind of interesting because you think like if you start doing this, just releasing like theater movies on streaming, going back, it doesn't seem like you can't put that back in. Like you start doing that and that's
Yeah.
The cat's out of the bag. Yeah,
right.
it's-
You kind of can't stop it because people are going to be like, oh, well, some people are really going to like it.
Well, and if you think about it, that's why Wonder Woman has taken so long to come out. 'Cause that was supposed to come out, I believe, in April or May, and they held it for this long.
Right.
And I think they just kind of looked around and like, it ain't gonna get any better anytime soon.
Right.
So instead of holding this content, we might as well just let it out.
Right.
And I mean, it sucks that, but I just really don't think you're going to get a lot of. There's going to be the hardcore fans like me that like going to the theater.
Right. And we'll always want to go to the theater.
But I think a lot of people are going to kind of be done with it,
Right.
which is.
It's
You're just
It's
not going to
sad.
get those big off or box office numbers anymore.
Right. Because, I mean, of course, the world eventually will go back to normal. Right. But there's going to be just like you're not going to be able to pack those things full like you used to for a really long time. And even if you're allowed to, there's still going to be people who are like
just leery about
don't
it.
want to do it. Right. There's going to be people who are just going to be cautious.
Well, not even that. I think once they know that they can get it at home, a lot more people would rather do that than it's just like Netflix. It's so easy to just click a button and it comes on.
Right.
You can pause it whenever you want. You can go to the bathroom. You don't have to worry about anything. And a lot of people will be way more willing to do that.
I think you're totally right too, because once streaming started, it was like, what else? In what way do you even watch TV anymore? You know, and that could be what happens to movies. Is like you don't even watch new releases in a movie theater anymore.
No,
You just
Everything's going to be done at home.
Exactly.
Doesn't that sound fun?
don't. That sounds amazing.
No, it doesn't.
No, it sucks.
I like to be homebound.
No more big theater feel, like going to the movies and having that audio, the huge screen, like the snacks.
But
like
see,
that's
I don't.
gone. It's
No,
done.
but I don't think
No more
like,
Twizzlers.
Kind of. Well, that's fine. But
Yeah, we can banish those.
I think what Buddy's onto something is that it's just going to change it. It's not going to be gone. It's just going to change it. It's going to be where it's like there's not going to be 20 theaters in this big multiplex type of thing. It's going to be on a smaller scale. It's going to be a little bit more like kind of maybe what you're saying, like boutique-y, or maybe really big, nice theaters with these huge seats, like a lot less people in there, but it's going to cost a little bit more money to go.
I think what we're going to start seeing is there'll still be theaters, but you're going to have people renting out those theaters more than they have, and just kind of having that type of experience.
Oh,
Because you
right.
can rent out a booth for, for a
Right.
theater for a
Yeah.
decent price. So I think that might be where some of that theater market heads.
Yeah, but
like
I'm
private,
Yeah.
showings.
But those big box, like those big Cinemarks and stuff like that, I don't think they can survive because they need all those seats to be packed.
Yeah, they need
'Cause
like a huge amount of people.
that's why they tried to do the Tuesday like $5 movies, just because they need to get people in the door, because the only time they're ever getting a lot of people is opening night and the weekends. But if you're gonna lose that, it's really gonna. I just really feel like it's gonna cripple them. You're just gonna kind of see them go by the wayside. Just
I mean,
like
they're already
with streaming. Yeah,
This
Yeah.
is, yeah.
and you're talking about probably a whole. I mean, I want to say, but I probably don't see theaters coming back till summer of next year.
Mm-hmm. If that,
We'll
we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
but I don't know. It just makes me sad because at least we got to do our movie events.
Yeah.
But there's something to be said about going to a movie opening night and hearing the roar of the crowd when something awesome happens,
Yeah.
or something sad, or something crazy. Like, there's just something to be said about that. And if that is no longer, it'll suck. I'll be really sad about it. So,
Yeah. For sure.
but I'm excited to finally see Wonder Woman. I've been wanting to see that movie so
You want to
bad.
see that leg step, huh? You
I
want to
see
it?
them
white
wedges.
dress.
I want to see them wedges.
Don't get me started on the wedges, please.
You don't want to see wedges?
I don't want to get on my soapbox tonight.
She seems too tired to be on her soapbox.
I just want you guys to know that we do have like a woman in the White House now, so things are about to change. Women are about to take it over.
Is that a fit? We do? Is that
What's that one
already
song?
happened?
What's that one song? Like Beyonce, like "Who Run the World, Girls? Who Run the World, Girls?" So you guys better watch it. You know what's not going to be happening once women are running the world? Our superheroes wearing wedges. Okay, they're going to get proper shoes that they can run in and fight crime.
Crime?
Crime.
Creme.
Crime.
You like my crumb?
Macram?
Very nice.
So, I do have my conspiracy theory, but let's just like finish up with current events since we
Okay.
were already talking about HBO Max. I did want to bring up this to you guys because I started reading into it a little bit. Is those like monoliths? Those like weird metal.
Oh yeah, like
things.
the one that was in the desert or
So
like,
there's one,
wherever.
then one in Utah,
Uh-huh.
Romania, and then now there's one that showed up in California. But then, so
We're
what-
in California.
I can't remember. I need to look it up, but it was somewhere up in the like kind of deserty
Yeah,
too.
that was the one in the desert that everybody's making the TikToks with.
Right, but but the one in Utah, because that one was in the desert.
Okay.
I think that was the first one that showed up, the one in Utah. Now, the thing, what I was reading today is they don't really know because it was in such a deserted part of the desert. They don't really know when it showed up. It could have been there for a while. But once they found it and then people were like maybe making TikToks with it and everything, some people who like care, maybe like were outdoorsy people, cared about the environment, like confessed to removing it.
Right.
Because they thought it like disappeared, but they removed it because people were like ruining the like
around.
Yeah, like nature and everything. Like it was getting trampled on.
Yeah, they're probably throwing raves at the monolith.
Yeah, and they were like they were like
come on now.
pooping and like just leaving trash and ruining this like
Leaving a
really
poop
pristine part of Utah.
I mean, it's attraction. When you have something like that and it gets viral, like people are going to come to it.
Yeah,
not everybody wants that.
No. And but like no one's come out and said that they've put up these things. I want it so badly to be aliens. That's all I'm wishing in my whole life is for aliens to be messing with us.
You just want it to be Groot or Rocket.
I just want it to be like them being like laughing at us. Like in 2020, like, you guys, let's go down there. Okay, it's 2020.
They're like, actually, that's a turd.
Can we have a HH field trip to the monolith?
Let's do it. We have to figure out where the one
during our COVID break.
And then the one in Romania disappeared as well. And I'm not sure about the California one, but I just think they're hilarious. I just want to know, like, I can't wait. It's probably like, what's that artist, Banksy? You know how nobody knows who he is?
Oh.
It's something like that, where, you know, like
Bueller.
It would be funny if it was Banksy doing this. That's something he would do, I think.
I just wonder how he got the one in Romania up.
That's actually a really good question. Why Romania? Dilly.
I don't know. Is that where the vampires are from? It could be Strigoi. I don't know.
Maybe it's what's his name?
Strigoi
with
possibly.
the crumb.
Borat?
Mm-hmm. I feel like this is something he would do too.
This could be the work of Strigoi.
Do you like?
Do you
like a crime?
I just can't wait to figure out what's actually going on.
I know it's got to come out.
Somebody's making them and sticking them places.
I know, but that's
what's
why,
happening.
and it's so funny. But they're
because
really,
people are dumb.
But they're
you know,
like
they
really,
go out and like, oh, it's an alien artifact. Like, no, somebody just stuck it out there.
But they're like really big and like super heavy, and it's just like, why?
Yeah, but we're moving them.
It's
easy
like sheet
enough.
metal. You know, it's nothing. Like I saw a guy he was looking at it and like he's like, all right, this is like 3 pieces of metal. You can see the rivets. Like it's human made.
Right.
Somebody just stuffed it out there. Who cares? But people are just dumb.
The guy that did it is dying laughing
because it's so funny. It's like,
but why?
It's
Elon
just
a little
because I know, but that's why it's funny. Is it's like a huge, like how it goes viral and it's like everyone's talking about it. It's like, how do you just do some random thing like that? Mm-hmm. You put some weird thing. Don't say anything.
But you could have put like a ladder out there. I mean, there's no difference. It's a human. Like it's something manufactured.
I know,
it's
but
going
that's
for the long.
But it looks kind of similar to like, you know, it's reminiscent to Space Odyssey. So that's why it attracts. You put a ladder out there, nobody cares. But you put something shiny that like doesn't belong there. That's like weird.
I mean, who puts a ladder out in the middle of the desert?
No,
that
someone
means
could have just
something.
left that.
A pile of mashed potatoes, like
no, well,
that means something.
That would get eaten by lizards,
iguanas.
Mm-hmm.
This is true.
Geckos.
You know,
Gordon Gecko.
You know who I'm starting to think did it? It's Dilly.
I do know some people.
Don't you think he did it?
I got a sheet metal guy, and
with the way he's acting about it, he's like,
How
it's
did
no
he
big
get
deal,
the one
you guys.
in
You
Romania?
I don't know. Maybe he has a friend, dude.
You have connections.
He's got a listener. In
I called
Romania.
Sonny. Sonny called Johnny.
And they know some people in Romania.
Johnny called Katana.
Katana did it.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, so next on our docket I wanted to talk about was the news about Elliot Page, who used to be Ellen Page, who was in one of our shows that we like.
Umbrella Academy.
Yeah.
Well, the one show that me and Dilly like.
Right.
But
I liked first season, not second.
So Elliot Page come out transgender or non-binary.
Sure.
But identifying as a he, him.
Mm-hmm.
But what I thought was cool is Netflix is
Changing all the credits.
all the credits to Elliot, and even in not even just Umbrella Academy, but any movie
That she's in on Netflix.
right. And
It's a good move.
Very
Right?
progressive of them.
it's very cool. And also, you know, he's still going to be playing that character who's a
Right,
girl, but a
Vanya.
very, like, I think, androgynous, like, kind of like not super gender specific role anyway in Umbrella Academy. So he'll still be playing that role. You know, that it's not going to change or anything like that. So I think it's pretty cool.
I wonder if he will like look more like like the original Vanya,
Right.
or how if they'll
Right.
change his appearance
Yeah.
for this next season of Umbrella Academy.
I didn't
Right.
Just
think
curious
about
about that.
Right, because in the show, Vanya does have like longer hair.
Right.
But definitely dresses really like androgynous. So
Yeah.
Sure.
So but that is
That'll
a
be
good question,
interesting.
because especially if he is transitioning, you know, that and it's like, you know, goes as far as like hormones and stuff, like he can
Right.
start looking different.
Because I have already seen. There's been some pictures that they posted, and there are some like physical.
Right.
That's saying that what I saw was like real. It could be
Right.
fake or whatever, but like a little bit of maybe chin stubble coming in, like from hormone therapy or something. But
Right.
there could be some like physical changes. It'd be interesting to see how they kind of work that
Right.
into this
that,
next season.
That is going to be interesting.
Do we have a bet to see if her beard is better than mine?
Dude, he is
He's-
gonna kill your beard.
Yeah, promise.
Your
We'll
patch
see
is a
about
Houlihan
that.
over here.
Seriously.
I don't know. Towards the end, it was quite nice.
Should we get you some hormone therapy?
Maybe.
He needs something.
Low T?
He needs some chin Rogaine.
Some chin Rogaine. Some
He needs
Trogan.
some Minoxidil.
Oh man, you guys are too much. All right, well, that was all kind of that I wanted to talk about
Yeah.
in the current news. Okay, so you guys, let's get into our second segment, which we know and love. Sprinkle me some conspiracy.
Whoa.
Let's go in.
Okay, now this is music related. Okay,
Oh, so it's for Dill?
well, it's for all of us, because who doesn't love the Beatles?
What are we supposed to do?
That was funny.
Do you guys really not like the Beatles?
I mean, I respect the Beatles.
I do too.
That's all
I
I needed.
respect
That's
them.
all I needed. Because I mean, it's not like I sit around listening to the Beatles.
No, because I
either.
never have either. And I'm like,
But there's a
music
few
guy.
like "Can't Buy Me Love."
Yeah, but do you listen to
Twist
the
and Shout.
Beatles version or...
That is the Beatles.
No, I know, but a lot of people have redone their songs. So I think some people like the remakes more than their original.
No, I think we're probably
'Cause, like-
a minority in the fact that liking the Beatles is
How many
weird.
people have really covered Beatles songs though? I mean,
Uh,
I know the Lemonheads did it.
Aerosmith did Come Together.
Okay,
But
but there's not like a ton.
well, Across
Lemonheads.
the Universe did that whole.
But they use Beatles.
Yeah, but they all re-sang them.
Oh,
is what
right.
I'm saying.
Well, that's not. Anyway, I think.
I'm asking. Gosh, you guys don't got to be so rude about it.
Dude, we're
I don't
on you.
think we were rude. I think.
I think
we
you were
just
very
disagree.
rude about it.
I think we
You-
just.
It could be
were-
ruined at this point.
You guys were ruined.
You didn't have a good backup for your claim.
I just named like 6, and you guys were like backpedaling.
6 minus 5.
I named 2.
The movie doesn't count because that's a musical.
Yeah, but all
movie.
they do is just sing Beatles songs, and I feel I listen to those more than I listen to Beatles
Okay,
songs.
so you like a
Yeah.
movie that has Beatles songs in it.
Yeah, but I don't ever really listen to the Beatles. And Come Together, I like the Aerosmith version better.
Okay. Anyway, the Beatles. Okay, but no one can argue that the Beatles are the Beatles.
The Beatles.
Right.
The Beatles.
Okay, so this is a fun conspiracy theory that I kind of learned about. And the conspiracy is Paul is dead, okay?
Okay.
Paul
So
Paul McCart.
Paul
McCartney.
McCartney. So basically this started like back in the 60s, like in 66 or something. So they were making music and they were a popular band. And in the midst of all of it, they're like a DJ somehow started this hoax or whatever by basically a mysterious caller called in and said, look, if you listen to one of their albums, I think it's called like the White Album or something. If you play it backwards, it says some stuff. And I actually watched a video and you can hear this. If you play it backwards, you can hear "Turn Me On, Dead Man." I heard that one. And then another one says, "I buried Paul," right? So, this started a whole conspiracy theory that basically Paul McCartney got in a car accident in 1966 and died. And then the band tried to secretly cover it up by hiring an imposter to be Paul McCartney.
I mean, that's what you do.
A doppelganger.
But then they decided to drop hints kind of like subconsciously maybe or something in their songs and their albums and stuff. So there's all these things that you can find and you can look it up or whatever, but like their Sgt. Pepper that like photo shoot or like inside the cover album or something, Paul's wearing this patch that says like OPD on it, which people are saying means like officially pronounced dead. And that was in 1967, so that was like a year after he was supposed to have died.
100.
And then on the cover of Abbey Road, which was 1969, this is still the imposter, Paul McCartney imposter, which who we know Paul McCartney as, that's
the
not
imposter.
really him.
He's a clone.
Right. So anyway, so we all know Abbey Road, right? The four of them are walking across the road, right? Mm-hmm. So the car crash, originally he was supposed to have taken off from Abbey Road and then died in a car crash, right? So Abbey Road is supposed to be really like symbolic to his death. And if you look at it, he's barefoot. Paul McCartney's barefoot. He's out of step. So everybody's stepping with their like right foot and he's stepping forward with his left foot.
Totally photoshopped.
He's also smoking a cigarette with his right hand, but the real Paul McCartney was a left-hander.
Duh.
Okay. So that's right?
That's a tell.
Mm-hmm.
Now this is a good one, you guys. Now, John Lennon's in the front in an all-white suit. So he represents the pastor, okay? Like, they're like a funeral procession.
Yeah, and then he died.
So John Lennon is the pastor in all white, and then Ringo is in a black suit, and he's kind of like the, whoever carries...
Like the pallbearer.
The pallbearer. And then Paul McCartney's behind him barefoot. And then George Harrison's in all denim in the back, and he's the grave digger. So it's all representative of like a funeral for Paul who had died. So also in that cover, there's a license plate to a VW that says 28 if, 28 if. And he would have been, when that album came out, if he was still alive, he would have been 28 if he had lived.
That's the goods.
Right?
That is actually pretty legit.
But I'll tell you one thing. The clone, Paul McCartney, hell of a musician.
Right. It's just...
Because he has done well for himself.
like afterwards.
Post-Beatles.
Right.
Yeah, like really good guy.
So...
Whoever he is.
Well, whoever he is, exactly. And that's why it's so lucky that they found someone not only that looked like Paul McCartney, but could
talented.
also be as talented.
Maybe even more talented than
the original.
real.
Right.
Right.
Do you believe it?
No. So, okay. So by 1970, nobody seriously believed that Paul was dead. But there was like, there remained a really strong, popular...
belief?
Yeah, just because, or it's more like a kind of a fan thing. And it was like really fun to kind of like pick apart things, play their records backwards. There's one where if you hold a butter knife to the back of the Abbey Road album, you can see a human skull in the S. Another, like if you play it backwards, you can hear Paul is dead man. I miss him. I miss him. You can hear that?
So weird.
So while I was researching this conspiracy theory, which I thought was so much fun because I love a good switcheroo, and I don't know if I believe this, I have to look in deeper. Paul McCartney and this was like in 2011 or whatever, in an interview said that all of this they did on purpose. And this is why I need to keep looking into it. Because he said that one of their managers came up with an idea to pretend that one of them died and to cover it up and then drop clues. So there was
Genius.
So there was another thing. It was called the coffin picture or something and this maybe never got released or I don't know, but there's a picture of all four of them where Paul is in this like trunk, but kind of looks like a coffin, but a trunk, but he's the only one sitting in it. And then the rest of them are around him. So there were things like this that the manager had said like, hey, we're going to do these little, because they were saying like, when a musician dies that, all of a sudden they become like way more popular.
Mm-hmm.
And so anyway, apparently maybe they did it all themselves and they thought it was going to be really fun to just kind of like mess with people for years. But again, I'm still looking into that to see.
When is the gag up? Like, when are they going to say, hey, it was all a joke?
Well, that's what he said in 2011, but I'm still looking in to make sure that that's an accurate piece of information. But what do you think? I mean, that seems like a very elaborate. It seems
The new Paul, hell of a musician. That's all I'm saying. Great guy.
But like, I can believe people being so gullible and stupid just to believe anything. But for you to come up with that whole plan seems like who would do that? The manager of the Beatles. But
Yeah, I mean, that's a smart play.
Yeah, it
because
is.
a lot of people, I mean, you have that knowledge. Like, when people die, they get popular.
So
So,
you think
why
he
not
could-
make a little game or a little joke out of it?
Yeah.
Out of, the biggest band in the world. Kind of fun.
I know
If that's true, that he kind of,
right.
the
So-
manager set that up.
So now I kind of want to get, even though Buddy was telling me it's hard to get my hands on it, but I want to get some Beatles albums and play them backwards.
Mm-hmm. If you guys watched Little Nicky, one of my favorite Adam Sandler's movies, he plays the Chicago records backwards, and it says some
What does it say?
satanic messages.
Does it?
Yeah.
If Chicago, Peter Cetera.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Karate Kid 3
Yeah.
soundtrack.
Well, that was my conspiracy theory. So
That was a good one.
I know it's kind of fun because now I kind of want to look into it a little bit more. I want
One
to
more deeper dive.
Well, I want to kind of get my hands on some of these things and see if I could see. Like I did look at that Abbey Road cover pretty intently,
Detailed, yeah.
right, and really zoomed in on it to kind of look at it. So it is kind of fun.
There was somebody else. There was another conspiracy that happened maybe, I don't know, 15 years ago or something, where another artist had, like, she had some hidden messages that were also hidden in the song.
It's your forbidden plan yet.
It's
Your
your
forgiveness
forgiveness.
ways.
Your forbidden plan yet.
So what is it supposed to say when you play it backwards?
I don't know if I can say that on
On the air? Maybe
Yeah.
for After
You'll have
Dark?
to
It's
save
dirty.
that for after
I will
dark.
say, yeah, it's After Dark material.
All right, well, let's get into some Dilly's Gaming Corner.
It's Dilly's Gaming Corner. Let's play.
All right, guys. So Fortnite's latest season adds new locations, weapons, along with Baby Yoda and the Mando.
What?
So this latest season of Fortnite is getting super close. Chapter 2, Season 5 has been called 0 Point, and it involves hunters from different realities joining forces to fight something called the Loop. Most importantly, one of those hunters is the Mandalorian, accompanied by his always Baby Yoda, who we now know as Grogu.
Yeah, buddy.
So this last season was Marvel themed. Season 5 features new original Fortnite characters in addition to the Star Wars bounty hunter. Those who purchase the Fortnite season will Battle Pass will also unlock characters like the ancient warrior from the sci-fi hunter that looks ripped from Tatsunami Naihi manga, if I'm saying that correct. There's also a creature called Mancake Fighting Flapjack.
Say that one more time.
Mancake?
Mancake the Fighting Flapjack.
Yeah.
I like it.
Outside of the characters, there are new locations including a jungle area, a sci-fi desert caused by the exploding 0 Point, As far as new weapons go, there's going to be a Dragon's Breath shotgun, the Mandalorian's Ambam sniper rifle, and the Nighthawk, which lets you track your opponents. Is that do you say Amban or what is that? Amban?
I don't know how you would
it's
say
a sniper rifle.
Snipers.
Snipers.
Naff.
All right, guys. So EA Play is now available to members of Xbox Game Pass Ultimate and Xbox Game Pass for PC as part of their membership benefits at no additional cost.
Snapples.
Yeah. Eat sticks.
Eat sticks.
So Game Pass Ultimate members will now be able to enjoy the titles at no extra cost. I think Game Pass Ultimate is, I want to say, like $15 a month. You can kind of get over on the system like I did a little bit, which what you need to do is renew your subscription for like however long as you can. I did mine for 12 months. I bought basically 12 months of gold. And then when they had a trial for Xbox Game Pass Ultimate, I bought that for $1, which upgraded my whole year of regular Xbox Gold. So I got Xbox Ultimate for $1, basically for a year. So if you can get that, do it again. So we have some titles that you can play if you have Game Pass Ultimate. Those include Star Wars Fallen Order, which is fairly new. Madden NFL 2020, NHL 2020, Battlefield 5, The Sims 4, Burnout Paradise Remastered, Titanfall 2, Skate 3, Dragon Age Inquisition, and a whole bunch more. So EA Play members can also try out selected new release games for up to 10 hours with of gameplay with no extra commitment. So just a little extra perk that you can get.
Nice.
You get all that for free if you're already a Ultimate member. Which leads us into some Game Pass news.
Okay.
So I'm going to talk about some games that are coming to Game Pass,
Okay.
and also some games that will be leaving in the month of December.
Oh.
So this is my coming soon list. We have Control, which I have not played yet. Doom Eternal is coming to the PC. Xbox users already got that. Fantastic game. We also have Slime Rancher coming, which I love. That's a super fun game. Rage 2, Call of the Sea, Monster Sanctuary, Gang Beasts, which is the jam. Like, if you guys haven't played Gang Beasts, you need to be on that hype.
Yeah.
GANGBEASTS, Gang Beast. We have Super Hot Mind Control Delete. I'm really excited about that. I was a huge fan of the first Super Hot.
That's such a long name.
Mind Control Delete. That's so awesome. Oh, man, I love Super Hot. Starbound and a whole bunch more. So games that are leaving soon, we have Absolver Downfall, Dead Island Definitive Edition, The Escapist 2, Mud Runner, Untitled Goose Game, Pathologic 2, The Turing Test, Metro Light Redux, and a few more are going to be leaving in the month of December. So that's pretty much all the news I have for this week. But I am going to talk about
Let's get it.
how I got gypped again.
Again.
So I talked about how they did the restock of the Xboxes,
Right.
and I was on there, had
Yeah.
everything ready,
Yeah.
had it in my cart. They
Yeah.
took it away.
Yeah.
They're like, "Oh, but wait, no, you're gonna be good. We're gonna add more stock out there." This was like the day before Thanksgiving, I think. So I was ready, and I was talking to Phil B too. We're like both trying to
Right.
get the Xbox. So we're on there right when they said. I had it in my cart, like. It gives you the pop-up, like just an error message. So I got duped again. No Xbox. There's no light at the end of the tunnel.
Double
At
dupe.
this point, I'm begging. If somebody has
You're
one,
begging.
I'll do stuff.
Would you pay overpriced for one?
Absolutely.
By how
Plus a
much?
couple extras. I don't know, a couple $100.
Dang.
You know,
Need to give
maybe
me an Xbox.
yeah, and whatever type of services that, you know.
Oh, wow.
Hey,
Sexual
geez.
favors?
No, I didn't say that.
Hey, what we do, we'll find an Xbox, sell it to him, make him
Get
pay
the
us
Switch.
$200 more, plus
You
we
get
get
the
the
Switch.
Switch.
See, you guys should look into that. So, long story short, I got duped again. Totally do not have an Xbox. Don't know when I'm ever going to have one. And, yeah.
When's
It
new
totally
stock
sucks.
coming out?
I don't think they've announced the next batch yet.
How come they let you, like, what is that system where they let you put it in your cart and then.
Well, what's happening, and I talked about it last week, is they have these retail bots that are basically somehow getting in there and buying up all the stock. Like if you have it in your cart, it just disappears. They get it. And that's at Walmart specifically. Oh. Okay. Because they're the only ones that are saying at this time, like we're going to release it. Right. So, they're ready, they're waiting.
Are you trying to get it anywhere else? Are you going on any other websites?
Yeah, I'm trying everybody, anybody that has it. You can't get it from Microsoft. They direct you to the 4 retailers, Amazon, Best Buy, Walmart, Target, which all 4 are sold out. You can't find it. And Walmart's the only one that'll say when they're actually gonna put new stock in. Oh, okay. So it just sucks.
Jeez.
I'm hurting inside. But if you guys want to play with me in the meantime, you can find your boy DonDilly, Don Dilly. I'm on Xbox and Switch. Hit me up. We will play. That's a wrap.
Dilly's catching them L's.
It sucks.
Seriously, dude. They're screwing you.
I'm so depressed.
Okay, cool. Well, we do have just one really quick email I'm going to read real quick. It's from our boy Indian Viking, Sonny from Norway.
The bowl cutter.
Sidekick Mayo.
So one of our all-time favorite sidekicks. So greetings and salutations. So let's jump right into where we left it, shall we? To do that, we will do that in the After Dark. Yes, this is a tease piece. You want some of this Indian chocolate? You better get your ass over to After Dark.
Yeah.
Indian chocolate.
All right. Well, thank you, Sonny. We'll see you over in the After Dark.
Yeah. Where can they find us, Cheese?
They can find us at Instagram at Hardly Heroes.
Where
They can
else?
find us at Facebook at Hardly Heroes.
And
they
then?
can find us on YouTube at Hardly Heroes.
One more.
They can find us at Twitter at Hardly Heroes.
Number 1.
You can also go over to Facebook to the the Hardly Heroes Sidekick Sanctorum. Keep the conversation going. You can
download Podbean and become an After Dark subscriber. $2 a month, and you'll be able to hear what Sonny is talking about.
Exactly. And you can also please like and follow Sector 7 on all of our socials.
Yeah. And just remember one thing.
Your turban-wearing, fact-giving, Indian wannabe Viking high-five, smack attack, whack the booty hooty woody, gibberish-making Sonny!
You guys have a good
Disclaimer. They don't know shit.
You guys have a good night.
Bye.
Bye. Love you.
I ain't gonna lie. You had no chocolate, so I was in desperate hour.
Desperations.